Hello, dear ones. Father Peter John coming to you from All Saints Orthodox Church in Bloomington, Indiana. Christ is in our midst. Today we celebrate St. Donald of Scotland and his 9 daughters. I didn't realize there was a St. Donald of Scotland until I was looking at the saints for today and realized there he was. There they were, Donald and his 9 daughters. So let's talk a little bit about St. Donald of Scotland. He lived in the early 8th century, so the early 700s. And he was a married man with 9 daughters. Well, it came to pass that his wife reposed in the Lord. She died. And so St. Donald decided that he wanted to spend the rest of his life living as a monastic. But he had these 9 daughters to take care of. Well, his 9 daughters decided that they wanted to live their lives as monastics. And so St. Donald, basically in their home, kind of became like the abbot, and they became the 9 monastics, the 9 nuns, if you will, in the home. They worked the fields with their hands. It is said that their meals were simple. They had barley bread and water once a day. That is a very simple monastic menu, for sure. And they did this for a number of years. Well, finally, when St. Donald reposed in the Lord, in the year, I believe it was 716, his 9 daughters, math, anyone? His 9 daughters joined a monastery in Abernethy in Scotland, and they became known. They lived the rest of their lives there, and they became known as the 9 Holy Virgins. And so there are these churches in Scotland that are dedicated to the 9 Holy Virgins of Scotland. And this is the 9 Holy Virgins that refers to, the 9 daughters of St. Donald. That's really what we know. It's a very, very simple story. Pretty profound, actually, in its simplicity, if you think about it, that this widower took his marriage to his wife so seriously that when she reposed, that his only thought was to live out the rest of his days devoted to Christ and devoted to her memory, right? By living a monastic style existence of prayer and fasting and work and dedication and devotion to raising his daughters to be godly women, which obviously he did a good job with, and I'm sure his wife did as well before she reposed. So anyway, it is a beautiful and moving and simple story about St. Donald of Scotland and his 9 daughters, the 9 Holy Virgins. May they all pray and intercede for us. Christ is in our midst. He is and ever shall be.